is the process of what happens when you turn your judgment into the court. I've told you that when you file your petition or you file some of your preliminary disclosures and so forth, maybe your income and expense or whatever you're filing, anything before the judgment is just accepted by the court and stamped. It's not reviewed. So when you turn in your judgment, and when you file those, you get a stamp. You can walk into the court if that's what you did, or you e-file it, and you get the turnaround is usually a couple of days or whatever, and it gets stamped. With the judgment, that's not the way it works with the court. When you turn in, so this was in Contra Costa, the same people actually that wanted to walk it in and say, hey, well, I guess if I turn it in, I'll give it to the clerk and they'll approve it right there on the spot. Absolutely incorrect. It goes to a judgment clerk, goes to a whole nother department, and it's just going to get put in a pile, and it's going to go through the normal channels. They won't even give you a receipt. So like when I mail documents to courts where we have to mail the documents still to, I always do it with a USPS priority mail, because it comes with free tracking. It's like less than $10, and it's like it's 400 pieces of paper that I have to mail up there, and it's covered by that. So I can, that's my receipt of it being received, because the court isn't going to acknowledge it in any way. But once it's in, it's just going to sit there until it's reviewed and approved. And it's as long as it takes. Again, Ventura, 6 months, Contra Costa, 3 to 4 months, Riverside, 2 to 3 months, Orange County, we got one back in a month, and sometimes it's 2 months. So it just, we file enough divorce cases and judgments to know when we're going to get those back. Now, LA County, we are getting, because we can e-file the judgment package, everything. We get an immediate email notification of it being received, and some of the documents auto approved, meaning they must have some algorithm or AI is able to review the form, and we get the approval on everything but the judgment and the request and the notice of entry of judgment, because that has to be eyes on, reviewed by a human being. And then even those we're getting back in 2 days. So as I say, I wish you all lived in LA County, but I do work with all clients throughout California. It just takes a little bit longer to get those approved. We're still within that 6-month window, because if you're starting with us from scratch, because we're getting everything done and in that 31st day, or within 2 months at least, in line for review and approval. So we're trying to not have you go beyond that 6 months. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Perspective, episode 17, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.